So Art Online Variant Showdown's planned relaunch for this summer has been delayed to winter in this month's developer update from Takeuchi-P. Welcome SAO survivors, and let's have a look. I had my suspicions when the past couple of developer updates were quite lightweight in their nature and were published on the final business day of the month, which was quite the red flag. Either they were running out of small things to talk about before having some sort of a launch date livestream with all the big reveals, or they just did not have many significant things to talk about that were finalized enough in the development to be presented to the end user. Turns out it was the latter, with June's developer update from Takeuchi-P that once again came on the last business day of the month. They have revealed that Art Online Variant Showdown will not be relaunching this summer, but rather has been delayed to the upcoming winter. I will have the full notices from the official account on the screen so you can read as I go along, but I want to start off with the fact that if a delay has been granted, that is almost always a good thing for you as the player. As fans, yes, we may be disappointed that it is later than we expected. I sure am disappointed that the game will be coming out at a date where I have already dropped YouTube, but that means the devs can actually work on the game as much as they need and put out a polished product for you to enjoy. It also shows a dedication and commitment to the game itself. You know, if anything, Memory Defrag had the benefit of SAO being at its prime when it was first released. Unleash Blading had a huge marketing effort behind it that even to this day, I wish all SAO games received the kind of marketing SAOUB did, with A1 animated cutscenes, extensive ads, actual light novel adaptations in proper way, etc. But all of that aside, what's happening with SAOVS, just shows that Variant Showdown has the dedication and commitment to the game, and you'll see why as we go through the announcement one by one. Even in this first page, they admit some of the features they had planned were not up to their expected level of quality. The second page mostly mentions the information they have provided so far and some vague improvement areas they are still looking at. Some things have been completed already and are in the polishing phase for increased quality. The things they mention are improvements to battle action, so the overall gameplay feel, new planned content, I imagine these are mainly gameplay modes, improvements to the select quest screen, which honestly overall always felt very sluggish despite its otherwise sleek look, party and enhancement screens, which also suffered from similar issues, other adjustments to the UI are quite vague on that one, and balance adjustments. To be frank, most of these are a little too vague alongside a large focus on UI elements. 3 of those 6 mentions are related to the user interface. I would have loved to see at least some internal considerations for that new planned content. For example, there were numerous teases for a potential co-op feature in the past couple of screenshots, just unsubtly blurred, but you know, any actual mentions for plans would be fine. I know it's hard when things are not set in stone, but I also get the feeling that some things have to be set in stone at least as plans at this point, when the game was initially supposed to be relaunching around these months, so I'm kinda disappointed on that front. They also provided a progress report on previous developer update coverage topics, and the first one on the list is exactly why they needed such a long delay. Twice. In order to build a smooth, improved, bug-free experience, they have actually rewrote the game in layman terms. That's what a full overhaul of the source code is, which is a huge undertaking. They mentioned the armor features, which I agree to a certain extent for things to do in the game, but without having hands-on experience, that one still scares me a lot due to its excessive and exhausting grind potential. I hope it'll be straightforward enough. They also mention new battle content, which I don't think is new modes, but rather a more varied gameplay experience in terms of enemies and bosses. It's a bit vague though, much like many other things. Overhauling the UI, which is probably why 3 out of 6 previous bullet points were indeed user interface related, and adjustments to gameplay, again, all of it staying on quite vague terms, but that kinda aligns with the many assumptions I had in my Dead Game Report videos when covering the monthly updates that most of the first couple of months they have been doing it, they all felt like design mockups to guide the actual development, and in reality they were really just busy with rewriting the entire game under the hood. They mentioned that they were doing that only once during their update about the bugs, but that's because the under the hood stuff is way too technical for the general audience, but it's clear that's where the majority of their effort has gone towards. And the last page mentions that the developer updates will continue, and while they did not explicitly mention that they will be, in quotes, monthly, I imagine that was kinda implied with the as we have been doing for the past months. More screenshots and gameplay footage will arrive over the summer, which I'm happy about. It was one of my suggestions to start providing something more tangible, and I'm still trying to do so, do my best assisting the team through the avenues available to me. In vague terms, I will remain vague as well, and I will continue to do so even after I'm done with my channel here later this year. While I'd love to be an actual team member of the team one day, wink wink, hey, I'm just glad I can assist in whatever way possible, as I have always done for the series I love. That's all I got from this rather significant Variant Showdown update. Make sure to subscribe for more Art Online content, and maybe check out my video on the best boss fight in the entire Art Online series. It really helps a lot with the algorithm. I'll see you all next week with SAO Dead Game Report for June, and until then, stay cool.